Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Camis and this is Camis Fluid Energy Healing Arts.
I am an energy healer, clairvoyant energy channel, crystal Reiki master, intuitive card reader, light worker, earth keeper, and Andromedan starseed.
Thank you. Okay, so this morning in preparation for this, I drew some cards, shuffled some cards and drew some cards, and the first card that I got was for the Visionary Plexus. These are some handmade cards that I have that I do for Reiki. So all these cards are Reiki symbols or different things like that, or the Plexus things that we're working with. So we're going to be working with the Visionary Plexus today, and we are going to do some codes. So before we check in, I kind of want to read this to you because I don't like to read a lot when I'm in the meditation zone. So Zora will assist us with this. So the Visionary Plexus is at the rear base of the skull internally. It's next to the cerebellum. And these codes are from Damien Hay. I know I have his links in the room where the 7 endocrine glands for the purification codes. So that's there. All right, so the effect of the purification code is going to be to increase, if you're journeying or meditating, it's going to increase your mental and your physical balance during that time. It's going to clear the images for you so they're more clear so you can see them. And it's going to clear, clean, and purify your ancestral lineage, which is very interesting because the second card that I got today is this. So, it's a unicorn card and it's uncording relationships. Unconditional love relationships are not tethered in a way that it's a cord. Okay, those are natural connections and you don't have to break them, and when you're cutting cords you don't have to worry about breaking them. Okay, the first level activation code, oh, we have somebody else, will ground you to receive the next levels, and there are 4 levels. It's going to open your psychic channels, which I happen to know that several of you in here already are in the process of that. It's going to assist with releasing ancestors that are stuck in unforgiveness, whether they're still living or whether they've passed, and they may be kind of trapped in hanging out. And if so, they may be connected to your energy. Okay? So this is going to provide ancestral DNA releases from any charges or contracts that you have to anything ancestral. Okay, you may or may not become aware of what's happening. There is absolutely no need to become aware of these things releasing. They will just release. And I, by the way, did not know what we were doing today before I drew the cards this morning. So the second level is going to assist again with attached ancestors, beings, and entities. Basically, it's going to tap deep into the root chakra and work on releasing fears. And these may be fears of your ancestors have of passing into source light. It's going to remove any karmic charges of suicide, whether that's ancestral, whether that's been in your lifetime. This tends to be cyclical and will keep popping up until it's overcome. It's also going to purify and activate the 8 marvelous vessels in your meridian system. I don't work a lot with the meridian system publicly, just privately for my own healing. But there's a ton of information out there on that, and you can Google that. So the third level is going to recall, reawaken all of your past life initiations. So wherever you've been, say you were Atlantean, any initiations that you had in that lifetime are going to be reawakened, because we carry all these little things forward with us into our current lifetime. So everything that you're gaining now, all these little gems or golden nuggets that you're accruing and acquiring and opening in your soul level, get carried with your soul to the next iteration. So this is going to reawaken those initiations in this lifetime. It's going to balance both hemispheres of your brain, which you can consider balancing your masculine and your feminine, your light and your dark, everything that kind of makes the world go round. We need the opposites for movement, for change. This is going to regulate and clear your pituitary gland, activate all of your psychic channels. You hear me talk about this a lot in videos. It will also neutralize any heavy metals or DNA implants. It will seal and heal your aura field to the atmic body level. Again, these are things you can Google, you can look up. I may or may not have information about that here on Discord. And at the fourth level, the final level for this, is going to purify all ESP channels, visionary channels, so that you can receive your inner visions clearly. I know that I've heard from some of you directly that this is a problem that you're not seeing, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. This is going to, as we talked about in the third level, it's going to remove implants from all parts of all of your bodies, and it's going to close any leaks in your personality body. Okay, so basically we have some words that we'll say 3 times out loud together, and we'll get to that. The one thing I want to say before I get into meditation, I'm doing a lot of talking. The one thing I'm going to say about what you see. Sometimes when we're channeling, we say, I see this. And we use see to express what we're receiving. Okay? This may or may not be an actual visual image that we're seeing in our mind. Sometimes it looks like a movie. Sometimes it's impressionistic symbols. Sometimes it's feelings in the body. Sometimes you're hearing something come in as a repeated phrase and you say, I see. Okay, so your expectation of seeing can limit your receiving. If you're expecting to see something pop up out in front of you, that's not where it happens. I mean, occasionally it happens that way. I do see things in front of me, but oftentimes it's in the mind's eye, or it's like if I have my eyes closed, sometimes with my eyes open, I'll see an actual kind of a mini movie playing. We are going to come into center, which means we're going to come into center and we're going to take 3 deep breaths. We're going to connect in through the heart space. We're going to connect down to Mama Gaia. We're going to connect to Creator Source. And then we're going to connect here with our group and anyone else that will be watching this video later. Right. So we're going to come into center now. Deep breath in through the heart space. Let that fill up through the body. We're going to release that down to Mama Gaia. Another deep breath in through the heart space. Let that fill up in the body. And we're going to release that up to Creator Source. Deep breath in through the heart space. Allow that to fill up in the body. Then we're going to release that to our group here. And as we're doing this, we're going to call in all of our spirit guides, our healed loved ones, our galactic families. Kushumbaya Dera Yama Kaipaisho Doya Karindia Rayamasekadayeshan. Turedia Kadayeshamatoya Radia Kapariasam Kantayeshamania Karayasam Paye Dela Dayeshamokopuria Santaye Dayeshamopokoria Santayeshamaniata. Ekuram Paeshia Sekai Dayeshamania Roposo. Ekosampoye Dera Dia Shamania Kriapasuko Dayeshampaye Shamania Dayesham. Ikula paendera ya samakaya boriosho komboti esho toya shamakaya shamania sakataya sham. We're also going to invite in our spirit animals at this point. If you work with dragon energy is usually stored in your heart chakra. So you may want to call forth any dragon spirit energy that you have right now. Kumpuria ketaya shamakaya samparia sutupoya shamatia karayata paya shamatia sam. And if you're working with the unicorn energy, you might want to trace that onto your palms now. I know several of you have been attuned. Kumpoitaya shamatia sakariata daya shamparia kaya santaya shantaya ramatia pariako. Yaskam paya taria shakaya santraya samataya shodradia masia kotaya shampaya sam. And then you can activate that on your third eye as well. Composagaya daindareke shampushia kariakam paya taratia shampaya sakataya shamarinio sutraya sankaya shamataya siataya shampuko. Ilama sayate karyasham. Eskam paya shiataya sataya ramataya shiapokoria sampakaya shato santoya shamania sakaya sham. There's a lot of releasing right there. Kumpoy shandaya shamania sakaya sham. There's a very strong activation in the heart space right now. Kumpukaya shitaya shamakaya sam. Ilotoya rapaya shankaya shampaya sakaya tariambaya shitora tiasa. Entaya te rambakaya shamadia samakaya shiteya sampoishya komposakataya sham. Ilampaya sekataya shamataya sham. Kisakaya shamakoporia sapaya karya kantaya ranya madoboya shamadia sam. A lot of solar plexus opening right now. Specifically the gold star chakra, which is set right between your solar plexus and your heart chakra. This would be your direct connection to your Pleiades. Estampa kaya shupuria sekai in tairania mania pariasha ko oposuto oishamani trayasha makapaseta yasha. Tesamania shakayasha. Right now I'd like to take you really quickly through the DNA activation codes for the visionary plexus. Okay, so our purification code is Ve Cruz. We're going to say that together 3 times, and as you do, you're going to breathe that into your DNA and into your cells. And this is going to clear and purify the visual images that you can get, as well as purifying your ancestral lineages. I'm not going to read through all those every time, but just this one so you recall what we were doing. Okay? So 3 times Ve Cruz. Ready? Breathing into your cells. Kumai kaya shantaya shipariyasa kaya shamportaya sham. And we're going to add in this. Also in this bowl today, I have, let's see if you guys can see that, rose quartz and ruby and sapphire are in the bowl today. 7 pieces of the ruby and sapphire for the internal chakras. And then the rose quartz. I've had a mantra coming to me the last week or so. It's a repeating mantra. Which is along the lines of, I receive only unconditional, purified love. I release all that is not love, and I send purified, universal love light. Part of that went out on Instagram and up on Discord, so it's kind of been my mantra for the week. So that's where we're at. So hence the rose quartz. All right. So Ve Cruz. Ready? Ve Cruz. Breathing it into your DNA and into your cells. Ve Cruz Kumkaya Shitiridia Masakaya Shambariasa. Opening the visionary plexus. Ve Cruz Kumbaya Shakataya Shamania Tayere Pakaya Shamtia Siata Taya Shamaniaka. This is hitting someone in the heart chakra. Kumbaya kaya shampataya setaya shamaniyataya sham. Ekasita shia dankatiya shamataya sakataya sampaya teriyasam. Your heart chakra and your visionary chakras are connected. Kumbaya kaya shampataya sam. Derataya shamakapaya sankaya sham. Everything that comes in is kind of channeled through your heart space first and then transferred up into your visionary plexus. And if you're channeling and you're giving messages, then it comes out into your throat chakra. That's kind of how that works in my experience for me specifically. Okay. So the first level of activation is Ba-Ri-Yu. Ba-Ri-Yu. Okay? 3 times. Ba-Ri-Yu. Breathing into the DNA and the cellular level. Ba-Ri-Yu. Ba-Ri-Yu. Yeromakayete sham. Ekosotaya shamakaparia sekete shambataya shamakoparia sakaya shintera dia samakaya sham. Itoya shamakaya paria sakaya shamatia sakataya shampuria saka. Level 2 is Ksu Tai. Okay? 3 times into the DNA and cells. Ksu Tai. Ksu Tai. Ksu Tai. Ksu Tai. Mishuntaya radia shamakai sedaya sham. Ilo puriakai shitantaya radia makai sadaya shamania karya samoko shetaya sham. Te arayakasa. You may feel an activation in your root chakra at this point. Komposhe kataya shamakaya samataya sham. Level 3 is Pnai, P-N, Pnai Suk. 3 times. Pnai Suk. Pnai Suk. Kusambataya sham. Pnai Suk. Iloso makataya karyasham. Pnai Suk. Kusakaya sham niera dia sham. Usamakaya shetaya sepedaya sham. Mukotaya radia basakaya shita. Elaston kompariesi kaya shampotaya samatya sham. And the final activation level for your visionary plexus is Prai Tsu. Prai Tsu. 3 times. Breathing that into your DNA and into your cells. Okay? Prai Tsu. Prai Tsu. Prai Tsu. Kumasaya sham. Eskataya rapaya shamakaya daya sham. Kesakaya shantoya radiamakaya shamakaya sam. One of you may have just had a very strong activation in your throat chakra. Kusumakaya shitaya shamakataya paya sakaya joya shamakapaya rayasamatiya shukapoya sataya sham. Okay. Right. So let's bring this to a close. Samatiya shamakapaya sam. I'm going to come into this with gratitude. Kusamataya sham. And we're going to say thank you to all of our support team that was here with us today. Mushukaya santaya shimaniya radia kaya shamakaya sarapoya sham. Iliste karateya kamatiya shamuriya pasukotaya sham. Sekarantaya sham. We're going to close down these connections now. Kumasapaya radia shamaniya karaya sekaya shampoya sedaya shataya mataya sham. Gosamaniya, having released all of these charges and cords, Kumbosakaya sham. Ancestrally today, Kumbashantaya shamaniyasa. This frees us from all that is not love, Kumboriyasamakaya sham, to receive only purified, unconditional love, Matayrakaya shamaniyasakaya sham, so that we send only pure, unconditional love. Kumboriyasamakaya shintaya ramataya shaporiyasamakapaya shamaniyatariya sam. Miskantaya shipakaya shamaniyataya poso. essa maniera pa eseketesha, essa maniera pa katesha, essa maniera pa camparia kaesho do samakaira ba shamaniata, nesturia pa ka, nesten kaesha maniato, elamsto pa kaesha matiesa. The energy is very calm now. I thank you all for being here today so much. If you want to let me know in the direct message privately what you received from this today, that would be great. And again, I thank you all so much for being here. Namaste. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye. Family, thank you for being here today. If you have something that you would like assistance with and you would like included on the next transmutation ceremony, you can email that to me at gardenportalcamisfluidart@gmail.com. Please note in the subject if you would like me to read that or not, and these will be transmuted in the next ceremony. Thank you for being here. Much love to you.